Imagine you're growing up in the United States trying to form your own identity. You go to your history class and you're asked what your opinion is. Well, do you even know? That's alright. Let's check online to see what other people are saying. One quick check on popular news outlets and what and who. This guy said this, that guy said that. You only have to scroll down to see some off-putting and depressing news. It's easy to see why some don't look into current events, or they just don't care about the current political climate. I mean, why would you? Growing up trying to form a political identity and this is what you see?
Law and order? Go
Yes,
ahead.
you asked a question, let him finish.
Law and order.
Let him.
It's important for everyone, especially our students, to form an educated opinion on what's going on in our country. This is what keeps a democracy healthy. How can we do it with this hocus pocus? How can we introduce the basic ideas of political science in a safe way for our students? Well, I found a game that can help with this problem. Let's hop into ECO and discuss its potential as an educational tool with my friend Isaac Castellano, professor at Boise State University.
What you're describing is definitely kind of like really key concepts that would be super applicable across a number of political science courses.
Alright, let's pick a server, jump in, and create our character. What a beautiful world. The game teaches us about the world we've come to inhabit. Population, pollution, and environmental data can be viewed in the map window. I decided to settle down on a hill just outside of town. Then, I come to figure out that a meteor is bound to destroy this planet. We need to create a thriving economy and government in order to organize the community and solve this global catastrophe. We have to watch out though. If we aren't careful, we can potentially cause our own global catastrophe by inciting climate change. I decided to be a hunter. I found a local butcher and sold him some carcasses. Made a few quick bucks. I decided I needed a shop of my own. So I went up back to my hill and created my dream home shop. In order to progress your character in Eco, you need a good bed and some good food. Then I went and bought a fishery from the local toolsmith. Thus, Alice Fishery was created. This is only a short glimpse into the world of Eco. Entire cities with bustling economies get created. This is because you can't create everything in Eco. You have your profession and you rely on other professions to do the things you can't. This creates supply and demand. And here's the kicker. The government. In order to stabilize the economy and make sure we're on a path toward our goal, servers create governments that can have a wide variety of laws. The law system is completely modular, allowing eco servers to choose exactly what policies they wish to implement. This government chose to tax people for chopping a tree, but if you remove the debris, you can get your money back. This is in an effort to cut down the amount of leftover debris in the forest. They have also implemented a policy that will allow a cleanup team to pick up and scrap a player's property if they left it abandoned. Hey engineer, you can't put that oil rig there. That's precious farmland. There's so many policies to be created. This provides a real framework for intelligent discourse between students. Here is somebody discussing a proposal for a new tax system. And here's an entire road traffic act being proposed to the government. And here's a news broadcast to all the citizens of Altaika. Man, this sounds like more educated discussion than most national debates. That's because it's safe. That's because it's collaborative. Not only that, it touches on some core concepts of political science.
Dealing with the classic political science issue, the collective action problem, and the challenges of strategic resource management. Really difficult concepts. They're easy to talk about in class, but they're very difficult to teach students how, like, the reality of actually trying to get people to do things they wouldn't otherwise do without coercing them to do it.
This is Isaac Castellano, PhD International Relations. He has a lot of experience teaching.
I've been mainly teaching international relations courses here at Boise State, international law, civil war and terrorism. I teach a class on radicalization. I teach that UF 100 class on political violence.
These subjects are difficult to teach. Most students might not even want to talk about their ideas.
In recent years, the thing that I've observed is students don't want to share their viewpoints. You don't want to bother with having to deal with someone getting up in your face or any of that. So why bother really sharing how you feel?
Why don't students want to speak about their opinion? Why might students not want to get involved in politics?
I think that it has a lot to do with your household. A lot of parents might not be political themselves, or hold on to kind of an older value system around not discussing politics. You don't ask about politics, religion, or money at the dinner table kind of approach, right?
There's nothing wrong with not talking politics at the dinner table, but it might be healthy for students to have a safe place to discuss their ideas. They might not even feel like they're supposed to be talking about these ideas.
If you look at the president and the people in Senate and House, right, they're all they're all grandmas and grandpas. They're not young people. So I think that just the age demographic of our leadership also, facilitates that. But
we want to help students have discussions in a safe way without having to be afraid of someone disagreeing.
I think one of the critical things that is currently slowly eroding, and will maybe quickly eroding, depending on how you feel, from the American political system is the ability to disagree with someone on one issue and then agree and cooperate with them on another issue. We don't see a whole lot of that happening right now in our federal system, but that is the way that things used to happen, right? Me, senator from Idaho, you, senator from California, we disagree on emission standards, but we agree that we should send military weapons to the Ukrainians, right? So we work together on this thing, but I'm not going to work with you on the other thing. We're seeing less and less of that, and not only at the federal level, but all the levels down, right? And that's a real problem. So if the game can kind of teach some of that, right? That's really that's a critical lesson for our community, for our country.
ECO can be a tool that helps students understand these macro lessons. Collective action, problem solving, resource management, planning, collaboration, these are all lessons that can be learned via ECO. It can be a place to have discussions in which you disagree with another person and it's safe, collaborative. This game can be some students' first foray into politics, economy, climate change, and a whole host of other challenges. Your students can have fun playing it at home.
There's lots of young leaders out there reminding young people that they too can have a voice and be involved, and just their voice is just as valuable as anyone over 30.